So recently, I've been seeing a lot of big companies such as Amazon and Google making their own voice assistants, and it's for good reason. They're really useful. They can help in a lot of daily activities. So I wonder, why not make our own? So as you've guessed from the title, we are making our own voice assistant in Python, and for the last few days, I've been working on this, and I've actually made my own very developed voice assistant that I will post on GitHub at the time of the release of this video. And I added a special feature, which is I actually got my Discord robot Cortana's intelligence and actually put it into this voice assistant so it can talk to us, which I think is kind of neat. So let me just demonstrate a few things that it can do. That's a TTS voice you'll hear right now.
Cortana activated.
Okay. Weather.
The weather in Mississauga is 7 degrees.
Get me the time.
The time is 22 minutes and 18 hours.
Get me the date.
Current date is the 17th of March 2021.
Play Never Gonna Give You Up.
Downloading track. Cortana activated.
Calculate square root of 4.
The answer is 2.
Calculate 4 to the power of 5.
The answer is 1024. The answer is 2.
Calculate 4 to the power of 5.
The answer is 1024.
Play Never Gonna Give You Up. Okay, so see what I just did there? On the first try when I just showed you some calculation. It actually uses Wolfram Alpha API to turn strings into equations, and it does quite well. It could do a lot of mathematical operations. And the second thing you might have realized is that on the first try, it loaded track and then it downloaded track. This time, it just loaded track and started playing. This is because it actually stores all songs that you want to play in this folder called playlist. And what happens is that if you already have a song in the playlist and you want to play it again, it won't download it. So it just makes the process a little faster and a little cleaner. So I think let's do our final demonstration, which is Cortana talking.
Cortana activated.
Activate. Activate. Hi.
How are you doing?
I am fine. How are you?
Sort of.
Weird, but okay.
I am into the net.
Are you into Python?
Sort of.
Well, you see, I made a voice assistant in Python.
Do you wish you could eat food?
I don't need to wish.
What is capitalism?
Something you don't need to know. Okay, let's just stop there. She's gonna keep asking questions. As you can see, she can answer the same way my Discord bot Cortana can, except this time I made just like minor change. Instead of loading that load up where it loads up the SQLite file, it keeps the same SQLite file because I feel like I should let it store data and like store different sentences that you say to it. Just makes it a little more human. So I think that's kind of cool. So I think that's the end of my demonstration. Let's get to building your own voice assistant. Okay, so I have this new project open on PyCharm, and I got this first line, which is import speech recognition as SR. As you can see, giving us an error. So first what you want to do, if you don't have speech recognition button on your computer, you want to go to command prompt and you want to type I got it from PyPy, but you can just type this. And you type that and you enter. And as you can see, requirement already satisfied. So let's just go ahead and type that into this virtual environment. Okay, it's successfully installed. Is the error going away? Doesn't seem like it. Okay. Oh, okay, never mind, sorry. The error went away. So let's code the rest. Our second line, we are going to define a variable as the speech recognizer. We're just gonna call it recog to SR speech recognition or recognition. Then we're gonna do with sr.microphone as the source. We are going to print our first starting cue so we know like when to start speaking, and then we're gonna make audio equal to recog.voice source. So what this does so far is that it gets your voice and it just records it as a microphone. Now we actually need to analyze it as speech. So we're going to make a try and set statement here. We're going to call our text is equal to recog.recognize Google and audio. Shouldn't be giving us an error. And then you just want to print what you said. So we just print text. And then you want to accept statement where you just pass. So in case there's an error, it just, well, it passes. It doesn't really do anything. You could put a printing statement that says that it didn't recognize your voice, but I'll just go with this for now. Okay, let's try running and see what happens. Speech has no attribute called recognition. Oh, it's supposed to be recognizer. Let's try that. Okay, so a lot of you are going to be getting this error. I'm running this off of Windows 10 Python 64-bit, and you're going to see this error every time you run one of the speech recognition packages, whatever version it is, Google's or IBM's. You're going to get this error. Could not find Pyaudio. So I'll give you a step-by-step solution to this error, and it will work on Windows for you. So open your browser here and paste in this URL. I'll send a link in the description. Let's do it, and you get sent to this website. And what this is a bunch of wheel packages that you download and keep in your virtual environment. That's actually how all packages that you download to command prompt work. It works through a wheel file. So this isn't very different, and we should be able to find the Pyaudio wheel here. So let's keep scrolling down to find Pyaudio. Okay. So here it is. And you get a bunch of these wheel files, and you have to download it based on what version of pip you have installed. So to check what version of pip you have, you could just type Python into your command prompt. And I have Python 3.7.2. So I need 3.7, which is over here, and I'm running Python 64-bit, AMD 64. So I'm going to be downloading this module. So let's download that. Opens up here. And you open a notepad. I opened a notepad. It's just a bunch of characters. Don't worry about that. What you're going to do is, you're going to go to the destination of download. It's in my download folder. Next, what you're going to do is, you are going to, just like how you open CMD in a certain folder, you type here, and you open CMD from here. So now what you're going to do is actually install this wheel file using pip. So you're going to have to write the name of it. There's a much simpler way. All you have to do is type a few letters starting and then press tab. So then it automatically finds the closest result to the file that you're naming. Let's download it. Okay, so requirement for me is already satisfied. So now the next thing you have to do is, because I'm running this off of Python, you have to go to your Python working environment, and you have to paste it there. So to do that, let's go to terminal, and we could see that it goes Python project test. I think this is in the when file, so all packages go in here. In fact, we could see where packages are supposed to go if we open the interpreter here. So if we open this, we can see that it goes test then scripts in Python exe. So I'm not going to keep it in Python exe, but we're going to keep it in scripts. So let's do that right now. Let's go to Python projects. I'm going to test. And you want to go to main, scripts, and I think this is where, or do I have to go? LID site packages. I think I have to go to site packages, right? I think I'll do it from site packages. Let's see from there. Okay, so let's go from here. Put it in test, and now we're going to put it into then, or virtual environment, sorry, LIB and site packages. Now it should go in here. Now what we're going to do is, we're going to go back to the terminal in Python, and we're going to type pip install Pyaudio. Oh, that's weird. I guess this might be the wrong folder. Let's go into when and put in scripts. Okay, that's it. Weird. I think it actually should go into this, but let's just see. Open CMD from here. Okay. Install Pyaudio, and it should download from that. So it's already installed. So the problem here is that we're installing it to Python basically, but we're not installing it into the virtual environment. So we need to find out how to do that. And I think we're supposed to download it from, get it from here. It's weird. Okay, let's just wait for this to get an error. Input install Py. Okay, so what I did was I actually I couldn't get the certain file directory, so I was able to download Pyaudio from this and actually use this. I copied it and I actually put it onto this. So I typed cd, which changes the directory, and this is the new directory which we have. It looks the same, but it's pretty different. And I did it here, and I downloaded the Pyaudio wheel, and it successfully downloaded Pyaudio. And I successfully downloaded Pyaudio. So let's try running it. Step 1. Hello there. Hey, it worked. Okay, so we've got it to work. The speech recognition module has worked on Windows, and if I can do it, you can do it too. And with this, obviously, you can create many other different functions with a simple if statement. So I got this code from my voice assistant. So this should work just as well. It's a function, and let's try running it. Hopefully, the same output. Oh, we never called the function. Okay. So what you want to do is talk. Hello. Okay, so yeah, you can see that it's a different code, but same result. So what you can do with this is you can make several if statements saying if a word is inside the sentence that you said, it does a certain command. I'll show you a quick example of what I mean. So instead of creating this is a function. Okay. And we're gonna make this lowercase. We should see what happens now. Hello. Hi there. Okay, so with this, turn it off. So with this, you can get multiple statements. You don't just have one sentence and then process ended. You could do multiple. And the even cooler part is if you want to have a condition on a certain word. If I say hello in text, then you want to say print hello. Hello. Yep, it does that. So that's the basic method of having commands inside your voice assistant. And now let's move on to giving it a voice itself. So now we're going to give it a basic TTS voice, and for that we need to get the module GTTS. So from GTTS, import GTTS. Oh, okay. And it's not here obviously, so I think we're just going to have to download GTTS to the project interpreter. And there's another module we need for it to actually talk. GTTS is what converts text to speech, but to actually play it, you will need a module called play sound. So we're going to do import. Oh no, we're actually going to do from play sound import play sound. And this needs capitals, GTTS, do that. And I'm going to need to install play sound. So let's do that. Go back to the interpreter. And okay, let's do that. Okay, now let's move on to the actual speaking function. So we're gonna call it TTS. So we just call that function and we input the text that you want to send into the function. It gets that text and it speaks it. It's pretty simple. So let's get right into it. And we're gonna call the input in. And we're gonna define speech as this line of code. It's a bit complex, but it is what converts that text to speech. Okay. We need a few more parameters. It's going to be yes. The language doesn't actually change the language. It just changes the accent. So on my voice assistant, I used a Hindi accent for whatever reason. You could use the English accent. It doesn't really matter. You need to use these language abbreviations to define a certain language, and then you just define slow as false. And that's the speech. Now you want to print this, so you actually know what it's going to say. And what you do now is you actually save it as a file. We're going to call it text.mp3. It saves this as a file, and next you're going to use the play sound to play it. Play sound text.mp3. And lastly, you don't want there to be a bunch of text files, and you don't want there to be a error saying that you already have a text file. We're just going to remove the text file right after it speaks, so it could speak indefinitely. Text.mp3, and we also need to import OS. Okay, let's run this, and let's actually change this print statement into TTS. Hello. Oh, that's weird. Unexpected keyword tag. Yes, okay. So what we're gonna do is, you can't keep a string, you have to keep it as a variable. So we're just gonna make it repeat what you say. It's gonna be a chatterbox, but let's just go with that. And at the starting, we're gonna keep a little start speaking, just so I know when it's actually listening, instead of just blindly talking, assuming that it's hearing me. Hello. That's weird. Let's change this imp into text. Hello. Hello. That's weird. If we just go with text. Oh, it isn't test, it's text. Simple typos make big errors, don't they? Hello. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Okay, it did that. Printed speech, it should actually print text, but as you can see, that is our module. It just repeats everything you say. And that's the basic. You can obviously upgrade with different commands. You can use the time command to get the time in your local area, the date command to get your local date. You could you could use Cortana's my Discord bot Cortana's weather grabbing code to actually get weather off web scrape a weather website is what I mean. And of course, you have a bunch of possibilities. It just goes on and on and on. But I think that's it for this video. So have a nice day, and make sure to like and subscribe, and bye.